9, senior Olivia Schaefer. Number 10, senior Millie Prager. Number 11, senior Charlotte Gibson. Number 13, senior Barrett Doan. Number 14, senior Olivia Jordan. Number 15, sophomore Daphne Heath. Number 16, junior Haley Wright. Number 17, senior Meredith Rubenstein. Number 30, sophomore Anna Mattery. And number 99, sophomore Luis Silva in the goal. And now to introduce the Grand Generals from the Portland League. Number 1, junior Lucy Capranos. And number 2, sophomore Isla Hoppel. And number 3, sophomore Kate Seekbotter. Number 5, senior Kate Ratanapruski. Number 6, sophomore McKinley Violet. Number 7, senior Audrey Dalake. Number 8, senior Marina Strike. Number 9, sophomore Olive Aguirre. Number 11, senior Alexis Malloy. Number 12, sophomore Vivian Collins. Number 14, freshman Myla Zawatsky. Number 15, senior Anna Sherlock. Number 18, freshman Luca Suib. Number 24, freshman Liv Ueda. Number 26, freshman Maya Harwood. Number 27, freshman Serna Wilkinson. Number 29, freshman Nico Zadaf. And number 40 in the goal box, senior Marley Hunter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please rise and remove your hats, if you're able, for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the semifinal matchup for Oregon Girls Lacrosse Association. Tonight we have number 2 Grant versus number 3 Lake Oswego. I'm Britt Hartmann, here with the good old Sean Hansen. Welcome to this evening. Sean, what brought us here tonight?
Yeah, two familiar friends of ours in the state semifinals tonight. We have a classic, Lake Oswego. Started the year off strong with a 6-0 win against Southridge and kind of just went from there. Took themselves over to, Colorado to get a little bit outside of Oregon experience, learn a little bit about themselves and grow. But in-state, it's just been win, win, win. A couple of close games, and one of those was versus Grant back in April 10th. And so that was a 1-goal game, 13-12. So obviously we're expecting an exciting game tonight. And then, Grant has been doing really well as well. Their one loss is against Lake Oswego. And they had a tight game against Jesuits, who's, 3-time state champions here. And I think, they're hungry for it. They're looking to win, and it's going to be an awesome game tonight.
I love it. Beautiful evening in Oregon lacrosse. Hopefully the rain holds off as we're going. Currently having a few scoreboard issues, so if you're seeing on the live stream, we will be announcing that score there for you.
A lot of seniors tonight who've been familiar faces in Oregon girls lacrosse. A lot of commits headed into play at the college level. Some of these kids have been playing together since they were
Ladies and gentlemen, our scores
fourth grade, and so it's going to be interesting tonight. Neither team wants their season to end.
So rest assured, we will be keeping track of the scores.
I just don't know who's going to come out on top. Any predictions, Britt?
I don't want to make predictions because I don't want to be wrong. This game, I think, is going to be a tight one. I'm expecting a 1 or 2 goal differential by the end.
Yeah. There's also a couple notable, sophomores coming up in Grant's program. I talked a little bit with Coach Helen McDevitt before this game got started, and she had great things to say about a lot of her athletes, and also named some kids who may not come up in the scoreboard as much. Lucy Capranos, a junior, she mentioned is kind of the leader of their defense. I feel like we talk a lot about the draw, a lot about who scores the goal, but not as much about the defense. So I'm interested to see who can play that lockdown defense tonight. Our first draw is about to get underway here.
Yeah, we have number 2 Isla Hoffett for Grant against number 10 Millie Krieger for Lake Oswego.
The whole team on the circle plays an important role because it's not just about where you put the ball, it's about who you're putting it to.
Draw control goes to Grant, number 5 Kate Radnikoska on that ground ball. Moving about around the top of the 8.
Smart of Grant here, just getting some touches on the ball before they get their offense going.
Isla Hoffett with a drive from the top. Stopped by number 10, Millie Prager. Over to number 6, McKinley Bylick. Up top to number 9, Olivia Aguirre. Grant being really patient here, moving the ball around. Out to number 8, Marina Strike. Missed pass goes wide. Turnover goes to Lake Oswego. Number 3, Gabby Moore with that chase. Gonna take it in.
In the college game, we have balls all around the outside of. Oh, unfortunate there. Called as for an early start out of bounds.
Yeah, the officials calling for an illegal procedure there, saying that number 3 passed the ball in to number 10 from outside. A little bit of confusion there from Lake Oswego, but turnover goes to Grant. They get another chance on the attack here.
Looks like Grant really wants to attack from the top of the cage. They're kind of just shooting it around through X, but looking like they're trying to drive 1v1 from the top or using Kate with some pick action. Love to see them kind of attack different quadrants instead of just going back to the same. I think that's a little bit easy for Lake Oswego's defense to kind of read.
Kicking out wide to Anna Sherlag. Up top to Marina Strike. Again, being very patient, moving the ball around. There's no possession clock in girls lacrosse at the high school level.
That's a question I always get asked, Britt, is when is the possession clock coming to the high school level?
Honestly, I don't think it will, personally. It'd be a bit expensive to have those at the end lines, but definitely could be coming down the pipeline as stall tactics are becoming more and more apparent at this level. Again, being really patient, moving that ball around, looking for some 1v1 drive opportunities at the top. Number 9, Olivia Aguirre, stopped on that 1v1. Errant pass goes out wide. Oh, barely saved. Stepped in bounds and picked it up. That's number 14, Milo Zalotsky.
What a great hustle from her first year. It's what you want to see in a close game like this, is all-out effort.
Number 8, Marina Strike, drives and turns that ball over in an immediate foul. Lake Oswego has that turnover. Moving down the field is Millie Prager. Great hustle in the ride by Isla Hoffman.
Yeah, Millie's using her speed here just to get it over.
There's a foul called for a push. Outside of the critical scoring area, it's a self-start for those that aren't familiar to lacrosse, so they can take their time and decide when to start, make sure that their team is ready and set up. Millie Prager looking to drive down the center. Quick feed inside to number 1, Lila Curley, and it is a turnover. Quick clear out to Isla Hoffett. It is missed. And a turnover by number 17, Meredith Rubenstein.
I like the idea of the quick clear there. Like Oswego's always been deadly in the ride, so I can understand them wanting to just get the ball out, get ahead of it. They also have a ton of speed on both of these teams. Be anyone's game. Transition could make or break it.
Like Oswego also being really patient with that drive, moving the ball around, looking for good opportunities. Number 13, Barrett Doan with the ball at the top. Over to Millie Prager. Moves the ball to Lila Turley. Out to Cecilia Coleman. Up top to Millie Prager. Called a shooting space for the first inside hash.
Britt, might be a good idea for our viewers at home to learn a little bit about what shooting space is.
Shooting space is anytime there is a player that is not within a stick's length between the shooter and the goal. What a huge save. Looks like Grant's running a deputy. Quick pickup by Lucy Capranos. Transition down the field up to Isla Hoffett.
Some nice passing there, some tic-tac-toe from Grant. Wide open on the goal circle.
McKinley Bialik with a shot and goal! Great transition. On a post-to-post transition. Great movement underneath.
Number 6, McKinley
First goal of the game.
Bialik.
All from transition passing. Talking with Coach Helen McDevitt this week, she mentioned that, you know, one of their themes is to do the little things well, and if you have good stick work, that's something that can help your team. They were just able to pass tic-tac-toe down the field. Number 6 wide open on the doorstep. That's really tough for a goalkeeper to save.
One of the things we look for in transition is looking for different levels and lanes, so they were able to move at different levels across the field and then lanes across the side. Beautiful transition there by Grant. Millie Prager and Isla Hoffman again on the draw. Number 5, Kate Nebraska with the transition. And a shot and a goal.
And there's that speed. Kate, the Northwestern commit, showing off her wheels. Shot out of a cannon on that one, just down the seam. Got a crash earlier if you're Lake Oswego.
No chance off that ground ball on that near side for Kate Nebraska.
And this is the game within the game, Britt. The draw circle. You have your 2 takers of the draw, which is super important, but you also have the kids on the circle. Who's scrappy? Who's good in the air? Can Millie, place it somewhere else. You've got to get that ball away from Kate. She's 2 for 2 right now.
Current score is Grant 2, Lake Oswego 0. Draw getting set up again with number 10, Millie Prager for Lake Oswego, and number 2, Isla Hoffett. Official taking a bit of extra time to make sure that the setup is correct. It's one of the hardest things as an official sometimes to set that draw. Both sticks have to be parallel to the line and in line with that 50 there. Ball goes out the far side. Kate Ratner-Proska there to hunt it down with that draw control. 3 for 3.
Yeah, she's just too quick off the ground. They got to find a way to get the ball away from her.
We got to check across the body. Looks like we were just inside the critical scoring area there, so it'll be a whistle start at the top of the 12 for number 8, Marina Strike. They have to clear that lane for shooting space that we were talking about earlier. Moving the ball down low. What a great inside roll by number 2, Isla Hoffett. The goal counts 3-0 Grant.
Grant also had a 2v1 behind the cage. Burr was looking off the reset to see who to slide to. Team didn't communicate to her. And so there was an easy 2-man game for them to be played. It looks like Lake Oswego is going to use a timeout here.
Sean, if you're a coach, what are you talking to your team if you're Grant?
If I'm Grant, if I'm Grant, I'm you know, liking the way we started. We were patient. We've done the little things. We've won the draw control. We went hard after the ground ball, and we had 2 saves. You know, so I'm giving my goalie a pat on the back. I'm telling my kids just keep it up, keep pushing. You know, they've had 2 ways of scoring, right? They've had the slow, patient, and then they've had the breakaway from Kate. And so I think, you know, if I'm Grant, I'm pretty happy right now.
If you're Lake Oswego, you're having to take a pretty early timeout. What are we talking about in the timeout circle here?
Yeah, you know, Britt, I think I've mentioned this already, but the game within the game is the draw, and it's really tough, especially in close games if you're not getting as many possessions. I think they've done a decent job defensively. They needed to crash a little bit earlier, so I'm just telling my defense, keep your heads up, crash early, keep the communication up. I don't think they want to get beat 1v1, and so they either need to slide earlier and have a cleaner slide package or hold their 1v1s a little bit better. So just kind of refocusing, getting back to the little things. I think Millie Prager is excellent off the draw, so communicating with her a little bit and maybe her draw team about putting the ball. Last time it went on to the 50, which I think gave them their best chance, but that means someone needs to box out Kate. And they might even want to edge over with their 3rd player on the circle. So I think just a little bit more savvy in the draw circle, get your first goal, and you'll be just fine. It's only three goals, and we know how quick that can happen in women's lacrosse. And women's lacrosse is a game of runs. We talk about it all the time. You know, there's ebbs and flows of this game. It's, you know, about who can stay level and who can stay calm. Don't let your highs too high and your lows too low. So
Ride out the momentum if you can and try to swing it back your way. Same draw crew, looks like it's setting up again. Number 2, Isla Hoffelt, and number 10, Millie Prager.
Yeah, and for our circle girls, you know, they're all seniors for Lake Oswego. They've been working together. You can see now that Parker has moved like a little bit more towards the 50. They've been losing it out that side. I would probably even hedge over a little bit more, just based off where the ball's gone.
Closer to that scorer's table over there.
Yeah.
Looks like they did. Number 1, Lila Turley, picking up that draw control.
And that was a great run from Turley, able to get that ball away from Kate.
Millie Prager using her speed, drawing the foul at the top of the CSA there. Looks like a foul against Marina Strike, number 8. They have to clear the lane for shooting space again.
There's their 2v1 on the back. Oh, they lost it.
Quick drive from Lake Oswego from the top. A hell of a flag. Number 7, Audrey Galat. Grant tried to get it out and it caused turnover by Lake Oswego again. Number 13, Barrett Doan has the draw ball.
Pass inside. Oh,
Good shot
post.
off the pipe.
And here's where I think Grant could be super dangerous, is if Kate just keeps running that lane. I think she has the speed to get ahead of everyone.
Bit of a bobble from Grant here, but they were able to recover it. That's number 14, Mila Zadowski. Out to Marina Strike. Looking for that 1v1 drive.
Looks like they're going on a face guard on Kate.
Ball below GLE. Still looking to the inside. Number 15, Anna Sherlag. Moves the ball to number 8, Marina Strike. Quick pass inside to number 9, Olivia Aguirre. Able to draw the foul. Generous hash on that top center there. Oh, nope, they're gonna move her. Second inside hash. And a shot and a goal by number 9, Olivia Aguirre.
General goal number 9, Olive Aguirre.
Current score is 4-0. Grant is up. Lake Oswego looking to capitalize. They had a good opportunity and unfortunately hit pipe. Goalie's best friend.
Yeah, and the goalie from Grant is seeing the ball really well right now. They've shot low on her a few times, and she's been able to track and just get just enough on it that it hasn't rolled inside.
Draw again from number 2 for Grant and number 10 for Lake Oswego.
Yeah, well, now they're moving to that 50. It was nice clean win there.
Quick draw control pickup over the line by number 9, Olive Aguirre. Caused turnover there, but Kate Ratner-Kraska able to pick it up. Tried to feed to the inside, but it's broken up by number 7, Parker Lem. Trying to outrun 4 or 5 Grant defenders there.
Yeah, if they can move the ball upfield, they have a couple of open players. They just got to swing it. There's one. Gonna swing to the other side. They got a number of players. Gabby Moore was wide open.
Number 4, Evadine Muir, showing her speed there, able to outrun a few Grant defenders. Quick pass inside to Barrett Doan. Back to Millie Prager. And a caused turnover by number 7, Audrey DeLate. Oh, and an unfortunate missed cradle there by Audrey DeLate. Ball with Lake Oswego behind goal. Number 9, Olivia Schaefer, looking to drive that 1v1 there. Up top to Barrett Doan. Over to Lila Turley. Good 1v1 defense there by Grant's number 8, Marina Strike. Millie Prager stopped there on the 1v1.
You know, the last few years, Britt, Lake Oswego's really been known for their inside passing. They've just been able to get the edge right there off a feed and then turn and shoot. But Grant's doing a nice job kind of jamming their cutters right now. They might have to get a little bit more creative with their cuts. Maybe some rollbacks are going to be a good option for them instead of just their normal cut across the top. Maybe a little pick action off ball.
Great crash there by Grant to stop Barrett Doan in a 1v3. Looks like they drew the foul. Barrett Doan on that second inside hash. Dangerous 8-meter shooter here. Oh, what a save by number 40, Marley Hunter.
Doan went for a bounce shot there. Bouncers normally will go, but just a little too much on it. I think it tipped over cage on that one.
Quick pass inside from Lila Turley over to number 30, Anna Materi, and that's a goal by Lake Oswego.
Goal number 30.
And that's kind of Al's DNA for the last few years, is just getting the inside feed, being able to catch and shoot on the run, it's so much harder for the goalie to stop. They have to track both player and ball on that and then refocus as the ball gets moved to the inside. And so I think that's a great opportunity for Lake Oswego. It's a good first goal for them, but they got to have more of that.
Current score is 4-1. Grant over Lake Oswego. Same crew again for that draw. Millie Prager versus number 2, Isla Hoffman.
I think Isla last time did a push straight out to the front. There we go. And so now she's running onto it. So she's really controlling that draw circle right now. Millie's not able to put it where she wants it.
1 minute.
Grant with the ball below GLE.
Under a minute to play right now, so Grant can really hold for last possession here, go up the first with a lead.
Good pass inside. Smart choice to not shoot there by number 14, Lila Zawatsky. Caused turnover here by number 1, Lila Turley, and we have an across the body foul against Grant. Lake Oswego gets to keep it. Lila Turley trying to outrun 3 Grant defenders here. Needs to get rid of it before she gets into trouble. Ball on the ground here. A lot of players from both teams trying to come up with it. Looks like number 1, Lucy Capranos for Grant, comes up with that ground ball and a quick transition out to number 8, Marina Stryker. Unfortunately,
that's the end of 1.
On the drive to cage.
Grant Generals 4, Lake Oswego Lakers 1.
First quarter break here. We are currently at Grant with 4, Lake Oswego 1 goal. If I were a Lake Oswego coach, I think personally they've made some adjustments on the draw that have helped them get another chance at it, but what else are you continuing to tell them, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 parts of the game right now that Grant is taking control of, and they're able to have a little bit of success. So the goalkeeping side, I think Grant's goalie is seeing the ball really well right now, and she's keeping them in this. I think Ella's taken some good shots, and she's made some good saves. I think, if you're Lake Oswego, you're just telling your kids to keep shooting. Like, they've had opportunities. They've gotten their hands free. And then the second part is the draw-off game. They've only, I think, Lake Oswego's now had 1 draw. And so they got to find a way, I think, maybe Isla's putting it out exactly where she wants to, and Millie's not winning the ball. And so I think you have to make some adjustments on that, whether you're boxing out or, moving your players after they get set. A lot of times with draw takers, it's harder to place the ball where you want after your feet are set. So maybe moving after, the official steps away might be an opportunity there for them to make some adjustments on the draw. It's tough when you're not winning the draw, though.
Absolutely. Win the draw, rule the world.
Yeah, we have been there. We have CMS in our conference has a girl who has over 500 draw controls in 2 years. So I've seen it all.
The conference Sean is talking about, she coaches down at Redlands University down in Southern California. So Claremont Mud Scripts, really a powerhouse down in the conference there in the SCIAC.
And Britt, some of our fans have reached out to us and wanted to let us know that the possession clock is used at the high school level in New York and Maryland.
Fans, we want to remind you.
Fans, if you're listening out there and you happen to have my personal cell phone number, feel free to text me and we'll give you a shout out as we're enjoying some great Oregon lacrosse.
Absolutely. Here in Oregon, they do, for the boys' side, have a possession clock that the officials wear on their hip when they reset. So that could be a potential solution to some lacrosse out here to make it go a little bit speedier. Who knows? Second quarter about to go underway. We have number 2, Isla Hoffelt, with a different draw taker. Looks like, oh, nope, she just changed her hair for today. It's still number 10, Millie Krieger. Threw me off, apologies.
It's one of the fun parts about recruiting right there is when you see the players without their goggles.
We have an
When they come to
illegal
campus, they look completely different.
Illegal draw by Grant. Looks like they moved a little bit early, so the ball goes to Lake Oswego. Number 1, Lila Turley, driving down the center here. Looking for some options to pass to. Moves it over to number 7, Parker Lem. Back out to Lila. Up to Millie Prager. Millie Prager with a drive, but good 1v1 defense here by Grant. Quick pass inside to number 13, Barrett Doan, and a save! Great save by Marley Hunter. That high to low shot.
On goal,
Big
number
save
13.
by Marley Hunter all day.
Correction, Lake Oswego shot on goal, number 13.
They run a deputy to get it out to Grant
Barrett
again. Grant
Doan.
trying to get out of trouble with a high pressure from Lake Oswego here. Ball dropped and turned over. That's number 14, Olivia Jordan, with the pickup. Moves the ball over to number 5, Cece Coleman.
See if LO takes a different approach or if they'll keep working Doan inside.
Millie Prager with the ball at the top. Over to Lila Turley. Really trying to draw 2 from the top here with a quick pass inside to number 7. Oh no, Parker Lem hits off of the defender's stick for Grant and rolls in. The changeup.
Laker goal, number 7.
Yeah, just kind of dribbled in there. Not much you can do about that one when there's a little bit of a changeup, but again, LO really working that inside game. They're just cutting down their angle a little bit too much. They're feeding from the inside and they're catching right and they want to turn back. I think Hunter's done a nice job of making those saves at the low angle, so if they just pull away a little bit more, they might have a little bit more room to play with and place their shots.
Good 1v1 defense there by Audrey DeLate. Unfortunately, tip of the stick wasn't enough to keep it out of the back of the net. Back to the draw control for number 10, Millie Prager, and number 2, Isla Hoffelt. Looks like Millie Prager tried to lose it on purpose, but it went straight to number 5, Kate Ratner-Proska. Ball down to number 6, McKinley Bylick. Up top with Grant here, looking to drive down the middle. Good 1v1 defense by Lake Oswego. Quick ball movement by Grant, almost caught Lake Oswego out. A lot of chaos in the middle here. Grant decides to pull it out and move the ball around. Quick feed inside, looking for Mila Zadowski. Unfortunately, it went over, but Grant able to keep that in their possession. Mila Zawadzki down low, moving the ball over to the far side here. Quick ball movement by Grant, up to McKinley Bylick. Quick backdoor cut there by Kate Ratner-Proska.
Yeah, she's open on that. Shaking loose. She has so much explosive speed. It's hard to stay with her in a face guard.
McKinley Bylick up top, over to Mila Zawadzki. Down low to Isla Hoffelt again. Up to Marina Strike. Quick pick on ball here for a drive and a shot.
Oh, illegal pick called by the officials. We're going to be going the other way.
The signal was for a
No goal on
forcing
that
three.
last shot, no goal.
There's some confusion down there. I think one official called for an illegal pick. One official called for a forcing through.
Yeah, I think
Either
she
way,
just
like,
should.
Oswego ball.
The official on the far side just meant to be pointing in the opposite direction. She signaled block first, but
Yeah, makes sense. Either way, Lake Oswego with the ball, transitioning. Great ride by Grant here. That's number 9, Olive Aguirre. Millie Prager with a full head of steam. Can't slow her down. Not enough room to drive inside though, so she slows it up. Lake Oswego working the ball around. It's up to number 7, Parker Lem. Out to number 1, Lila Turley. Barrett Doan. Looking to drive 1v1. Looked for the drive and redrive and drew a foul. I think she got away with a bit of a forcing through some sticks there, but.
yeah, as that slide comes, if you can just swing the ball to the backside, you can find that 2v1. Maybe wanted to go a little bit too much to Cage in that one, but calls the call, see if she can get something out of it.
Good stick check there by number 2, Isla Hoffelt. Makes that shot go wide. Lake Oswego there to pick it up. Number 9, Olivia Schaefer, looking for some feeds inside. Up top to Barrett Doan. Quick pass inside to number 1, Lila Turley. Turnover. Number 5, Kate Rodner-Kraska with a quick transition here for Grant. Up to number 9, Olive Aguirre.
I got a 2v1. Oh, she didn't see it, but right there, one more.
And that's a save by number 30,
General shot on goal, number 8, Marina Strike.
Correction, Lucy Weishadow.
It's a good save for Weishadow. She hasn't seen the ball super well this evening, so getting her confidence up, making a save. Sometimes that can mean a lot to goalies. Get them in the right headspace.
Grant still running that face guard against Kate Rodner-Kraska. Looks like they're setting picks. We have a held flag by the official on this near side here for an across the body.
Yeah, and for those of you at home not familiar with that for women's lacrosse, it simply means that the officials saw a foul, but it's on a scoring play, so they're waiting to see how it plays out. If the player takes the ball out, then they're afforded an 8-meter. If they continue the run and are able to shoot, then they let it go, unless it affects the shot.
Yeah, if the foul affects the shot there, then they get to take that free position. But if they choose to take the shot anyway and it goes in, or
During the official
misses,
timeout,
then
I
that
want to
shot
give you an
counts.
update on our score. Grant General
Officials
4,
taking a second to
Lake
talk things
Oswego
over here.
Lakers
Yeah,
2.
it's interesting. It looks like they're mic'd up tonight, but still physically getting together, which is, I know, something the Division I level has been a little bit of a discussion of trying to keep the game moving.
I think they were trying to decide if they were inside the 12 or inside the 8-meter there. Sometimes officials decide to talk anyway so that nobody can hear them even if they're talking on the mics. Gotta have secrets over there. A drive and a shot by number 8, Marina Strike. It goes wide.
Another fun rule for women's lacrosse is
General
closest to the
Marina
ball when the
Strike.
ball goes out of bounds on a shot. So a lot of other sports, it goes out of bounds, it's the other team's ball. But here at women's lacrosse and men's lacrosse, it's closest to the ball when the ball goes out of bounds.
Marina Strike with a drive. Drew another foul for a horizontal stick. Gets that first inside hash. Foul called on number 17, Meredith Rubenstein. Anytime there's an 8-meter, you have to clear what's called the zone. So that has to be outside of the 8-meter and outside of the dots, which you can see the dots on the
Ooh,
camera.
yeah, great call there from the trail official. Grant player was actually already out of bounds. And so you can't be closest to the ball when the ball goes out of bounds if you're already out of bounds. You got to be inside.
Lake Oswego goalie with the ball here, the Lucy Weishadow. Grant doing a really good job to seal off their cutters here. Unable to get open so far. really grateful for the no possession clock sometimes in these situations.
Yeah, and LO has really pushed themselves all the way up the field. All of their players are between the 40 and the 20, which is kind of an interesting approach. I don't know if they're going to try to long ball this or, but that's a lot of people in a small amount of space.
Yeah, they opt for that short clear there, looking for CC Coleman. Draws the foul.
Yeah, only problem with this is there's not a ton of next pass options.
Luckily, Millie Prager able to come up with that ground ball there amidst 2 Grant defenders. Ooh. Foul called against number 1, Lucy Capranos.
Yeah, unintentional trip there. Doesn't matter. Women's lacrosse. It's a trip, it's a trip.
It's a trip, it's a trip. We were outside the CSA there, that big 12-meter fan that you see. It's part of what's called the critical scoring area, so it is self-start outside of that area. Quick feet by number 7, Parker Lem. Stopped in that double team there by Grant.
And again, LO's having great ideas. They're able to draw the first slide, but they just aren't swinging the ball around to the backside to find that 2v1 quick enough. Instead, Doan was carrying the ball there instead of quick pass. So I think there are opportunities that Lake Oswego can take advantage of. I just think they need to be quicker with their pass off their great footwork to draw the double.
They're drawing the double, but then not moving the ball quickly enough to find that open person, absolutely. Number 9, Olivia Schaefer, trying to force a shot there against 2 Grant defenders. It is
Lakers
saved.
out on goal, number 9, Olivia Schaefer.
Quick transition by Grant here, number 14, Mila Zanowski.
Under 2 minutes to go.
Quick pass inside to number 8, Marina Strike, but she goes to take the shot, but you'll notice the officials here were signaling for shooting space.
Yeah, and unlike at the college level, there's no simultaneous whistle, so Strike's gonna get another shot here.
It is checked by number 4, stick is checked by number 4, Evadine Muir.
Shot by number 8, Marina Strike.
Grant with the chase to be able to get that ball back. The officials are opting to stop because we have taken so many shots down at that end. We are out of balls off the end line. It'll be a whistle start.
One minute.
Kate Ratner-Proska at the top with the drive. Trying to work off a pick by number 8, Marina Strike. Oh, a hard power shot, high to high, saved by number 00, Lucy Weishaupt.
Yeah, and just 45 seconds to go.
Cross the body called against Lake Oswego here.
That was against Grant, right?
Yeah, against Grant for Lake Oswego. Any foul inside the critical scoring area in under a minute on either the defensive or offensive side stops the clock, so that's why it was a whistle start there. Lake Oswego moving forward, number 7, Parker Lem, trying to transition and get an attempt on cage with 22 seconds left. Some frustration fouls here, trying to keep that ball in their possession.
Both teams starting to look a little tired.
And that is halftime. Current score is Grant 4, Lake Oswego 2.
Grant Generals 4,
Low-scoring
Lake
game,
Oswego Lakers
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a
2.
tight one. Last
Last
time they played, it wasn't exactly a high score. It was 13-12, so could be similar on pace.
After this one,
But,
so please,
You know,
spectators
great
and
action
fans,
so far. Let's see
stay
how
off of the track.
second
Thank
half
you very
goes.
much.
We're going to take a quick break here. Once again, I'm Britt Hartmann.
I'm Sean Hansen.
We'll be back shortly. All right, welcome back to this lovely matchup
Generals
between
for
Grant and Lake Oswego for our
Lakers
semifinal
2.
matchup for Oregon Girls Lacrosse Association.
Don't anybody go anywhere.
I'm Britt Hartmann.
And I'm Sean Hansen.
Had a really exciting first half, low scoring. Defense wins championships over here, so we're looking forward to see what happens.
Yeah, score is 4-2. Different goal scorers from both teams so far, so that's always exciting, sharing the ball, sharing the rock. But I think LO's going to just have to make a couple adjustments if they want to sneak back into this game.
For that draw, we have number 2, Isla Hoffeld, and number 10, Millie Prager.
I think Hoffeld's got the best of it so far this evening.
Quick draw control by number 7, Parker Lem. Driving with a full head of steam down the middle of the 8 here. Quick pass inside. Unfortunately mishandled. Grant able to pick it up in the corner, trying to avoid getting stuck there. Great hustle play by number 7, Audrey DeLay. Lake Oswego with a 2v1 in the ride here. Number 1, Lucy Capranos for Grant. Doing a decent job of getting out of it, but unfortunately missed pass here, and Lake Oswego able to get that cause turnover. Ball up to Millie Prager. Driving in that 1v1. Shutting her down is number 8, Marina Strike by Grant. Lila Turley with the ball, moves it over to number 7, Parker Lem. Up top to Barrett Doan. Drive 1v1, stopped in a crash by Grant. Draws the foul for an across the body. Officials give her that top center hash here.
I think both teams have played pretty clean this evening. There's a few fouls at the end of the half when everyone was tired, but both teams keeping it pretty clean.
Drive inside and a shot and a goal by number 13, Barrett Doan.
Doan had a few opportunities early, finally buried one from that center hash. Off stick low.
Looks like we have a timeout by Grant.
Early
timeout in the half.
Number 13, Barrett Doan.
Coach Helen McDevitt trying to talk things out.
Yeah, that is a early timeout to come off halftime. She must have saw something out there that felt like needed to be addressed.
Update on the score. After that goal, Grant 4, Lake Oswego 3.
Those tuning into the live stream, I don't know if you can hear the announcer, but current score is Grant 4, Lake Oswego 3. We have different goal scorers for every single goal.
Love to see that. Love to see teams share the rock, share the ball. Everyone taking their chances, taking their opportunities. As the BC staff says, sometimes you, sometimes me, always we.
Yeah, if you're Lake Oswego, you're probably pretty pumped after that start of the half here.
Yeah, LO, their huddle is definitely fired up. Bench is excited, looking ready to play. Even the crowd getting into it right now. We got some crowd noise, some stomping. Fans are going crazy.
Looks like most of the Lake Oswego side going crazy over
Facing
here.
off for Grant, Isla Hoffeld, and Millie Prager for Lake Oswego.
Number 2, Isla Hoffelt, and number 10, Millie Prager for the draw. Looks like your circle players are moving down the 50 where that ball's been kind of floating to. Different draw though. Number 5, Kate Ratten-Preska with that draw control.
Yeah, just so good off the ground, chasing down those ground balls.
Quick transition to Marina Strike. Ooh, and a great cause turnover here by Lake Oswego. That's number 4, Eva Demure with that check. Lila Turley transitioning the ball down the field.
Great job by Olo to get the ball back early. Well-timed check there from Muir.
Attempting that 1v2 drive there is Barrett Doan. She pulls back out. Kicks it over to Millie Prager. Grant doing a good job to jam their cutters still this half.
Man, Elo's had a couple opportunities where they've gotten it inside and just a little bit of a misfire. But again, shooters gotta shoot, just keep shooting.
Quick feed inside, able to get it together, Lila Turley. Great crash by Grant to stop that attempted drive. Millie Prager with a quick change of direction, drives, shot, and goal! Number 10, Millie Prager.
And that was a nice job by Prager to use her roll back, go to her left hand, and then shoot back to where she came from. I think that's something Ella wasn't doing earlier, so she got it away, and then as the goalie moved with her, she shot back from where it came from on that opposite post.
Really tough as a goalkeeper to re-attack the opposite direction that you just came from. That was a great level change by number 10, Millie Prager.
Yeah, and those shots are working a lot better than their previous shots where they were just shooting it as hard as they can pretty much at the goalie. So good adjustment there from Elo. Get their hands free, place it in a corner.
We have 4 different goal scorers for Lake Oswego. Current score is 4-4. Tie game.
And this is what we were expecting.
Draw
a
control
battle
by Lake Oswego. Number 1, Lila Turley with a rocket straight to her stick off the draw.
Yeah, huge juice play there. Getting her team hyped. Goal and a draw.
Foul called against by number 2, Isla Hoffelt. Barrett Doan with the ball up top. Draws the foul for a horizontal stick. Barrett Doan with the first inside hash on an 8-meter.
Looks like she's gonna go for a 2-stop drop here.
Stick side high, able to pull it out is Marley Hunter. Great save.
And great ground ball by her teammate. Lucy there just really reacted well to it. Coach McDevitt did mention that she was kind of the iron. Oh!
Quick transition and a shot and a goal by Grant.
I think that is honestly when Grant is playing their best, is through transition. I think they have such speed that they're able to get early shots, and they've been finishing really well tonight. I mean, that was just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
We have 5 different goal scorers by Grant. Current score is 5-4.
Quick announcement, we have a lost phone. A lost cell phone is at concessions.
Phenomenal transition by Grant. Started with a goalkeeper save, quick ground ball pickup by Lucy.
And again, this game is a game of runs. You thought all the momentum had swung to LO. They tied this thing up. They won the draw. And then there Grant goes with some excellent passing and a great finish.
Another draw control by number 5, Kate Rotner-Praska. Quick transition pass there. Grant decides to slow it down, take it through X. Swing it out wide to number 8.
Oh, Strike had that whole right side to herself. Would love to see her redodge there.
Possible that during that timeout, coach told him to slow it down on the attacking end, looking for good options, make sure they're making the most out of their opportunities. 14, Maya Zolkowski with a shot and a score. Trying to drive right, dodges left, shoots with that left hand.
Zolotsky is just a first year. Super impressed by her ability to change hands. Nice footwork off the draw. Able to take it inside, and I love a bouncer. Bouncers will go, as I've said.
Bouncers are very tough to read, especially if you bounce right at the top of the goal circle there. A lot of times it bounces up in the upper corners. So tough shot for Lucy Weishottle to attempt at. That is our first second goal for the day. Second goal for Mila Zalowski.
And who would have thought the freshman's the one bringing it?
On the draw, we have number 2, Isla Hoffelt, against number 10, Millie Prager again.
Yeah, I mean, Zawadzki just has 17 goals on the year, 11 assists. So for her to come up with all these other great goal scorers from Grant, super impressed by her tonight.
Draw control by number 2, Isla Hoffelt. That ball went straight up, both attempting at that self-draw. Goes Grant's way this time around. Grant working the ball through X, again being really patient. That's number 6, McKinley Bialik. Out to number 9, Olive Aguier. Up top to Marine Space, which is different from basketball. So you have to set a pick in order for the defender to be able to have time and space to change direction. I think that indication is because we are carrying metal sticks and it can cause some damage if you're not careful and you catch them off guard. Lake Oswego, number 1, Lila Turley, able to draw the foul. Transitions safely into their attacking end. Barrett Doan working to drive against number 8, Marina Strike. Solid 1v1 defense by Marina Strike today.
I know they keep playing Doan on the inside, but I would love to see her play a little bit more from behind cage. Look to drive, look to feed.
Double
Another
X
bouncer
from Lake Oswego, number 10, Millie Prager with a goal.
Laker goal, number 10, senior Millie Prager.
That is a great drive, turning the corner there.
Generals 6, Lakers 5.
That's Millie Prager's second goal here.
And another bouncer. Both teams kind of figuring out what is hard for these goalies to read, getting good shots on cage, finding the looks they need. So now defense is going to have to start sliding a little bit earlier, not letting players getting their hands free.
Current score is Grant 6, Lake Oswego 5. Close matchup here, just what we expected. Draw control being set again. Took too long to set up, so the official is calling an alternate possession. The first alternate possession looks like it's going Grant's way. Quick transition, a drive, and draws the shooting space. That's number 12, Vivian Collins.
And we haven't called her name tonight. Do you know if Collins is a lefty?
She's keeping her stick in her left hand, which is interesting from that hash, so I'm guessing she might be a lefty. Tough to read as a goalie. Good crash by Lake Oswego, but it wasn't enough. That is a goal by number 12, Vivian Collins.
Yeah, just a little bit of friendly fire there for Lake Oswego on the crash, and the two bodies knocking into each other. And that
goal,
got Collins hands free.
For Vivian Collins.
Britt, I'm going to ask you a tough question. What are your thoughts on the draw stick?
General 7, Lakers
I was going to
5.
ask you this earlier.
Too bad I asked you first.
Unfortunately, I finally broke down and bought one for my team this year because the draw stick is so overpowering. It can control the game. For those that are listening that don't know women's lacrosse, there is a different type of stick that has extra plastic protrusions that can actually grab the ball in that draw center there. Looks like we have an illegal draw by Grant again, so Lake Oswego's going to take it.
Hoffelt just it looks like she's applying a lot of pressure using that draw stick, and so I think sometimes what the officials are seeing is as they back up that she's moving just slightly. So
yeah, dropping the elbow there maybe.
Yeah, you got to be careful for that. Applying so much pressure to dig it out and win it into the stick.
All in all, I think they might outlaw the draw stick at some point in our game. But I think Gate Lacrosse would have some sway in the world to make that not happen, so we'll see. Officials calling a
they're calling her really tight tonight. I think they've been consistent. I think they've been great. Third team on the field, shout out. But, you know, I think some of these fouls you would not get called at the collegiate level.
Definitely. When you make contact on defense, what officials are looking for are, oh man, great check by number 5, Kager on the crossback. able to delay the ball there from Marley Hunter. Officials, when defense make contact, they're looking for displacement. So a lot of times you'll see fouls called where an attacker is displaced by that contact, whether you have a horizontal stick that you're pushing through, which is not legal at the high school level, is legal at the college level.
Just getting swarmed there. They need a quick transition. Keep moving that ball. Oh.
Bounce pass. Unfortunately, unable to recover it. Number 3, Gabby Moore, able to pick it up from Lake Oswego.
And it looked like the ball just got caught slightly in Steve Otter's stick there. Oh, but a ground ball, and guess who gets it? You would never believe it.
Kate Nebraska.
And look at that speed from strike to push up ahead. Just got to pull it into, oh.
And a frustration foul. Maria Strike able to keep possession there.
Yeah, I wonder if the official was planning to pull the flag on that and let the play go. I think that was a wise choice not to pull back the play. Clearly a foul there, a little bit of a shot to the back. But Strike able to use her speed and finish there. I think she's going to Washington Lee, is that correct? Washington Lee commit.
Yeah.
Shout out to one of my Aspire friends, Avery. Avery, I don't know if you're listening tonight, but great speed coming to you guys next year.
That was a beautiful transition by a ground ball by number 5, Kate Nebraska. Great team play there. We have number 2, Isla Hoffelt, and number 10, Millie Prager on the draw again. It's like Groundhog Day. You can see the draw takers communicating, trying to figure out where their ball is. They're trying to direct that ball. Unfortunately, number 5, Kate Nebraska, able to recover it. And a shot and a goal. Bouncers will go. Number 5, Kate Nebraska.
Okay, opts to go left there. Just ran it up the middle. Right to left switch. I wouldn't even call it a dodge. Ella's going to have to use a timeout here.
Ella with their second timeout. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Current score is Grant 9, Lake Oswego 5.
Like we talked about earlier, lacrosse is just a game of runs. Just when you thought LO was going to come back and take the lead, Grant able to turn on the Jets, a couple quick goals, really using their stick work to move the ball up the field and finish nicely.
As we mentioned earlier, lacrosse is a game of runs. 4-goal differential is definitely something you can come back from. If you're Lake Oswego, what do you got to do?
Same game plan we talked about earlier. I think, you know, Lucy Weischild hasn't seen the ball super well tonight. I think Grant's done a good job placing it, but I think she just needs one stop to kind of get her back in the game. You know, being a goalie in women's lacrosse is so tough, emotionally, physically, mentally. So I think just her seeing the ball well, getting one save, that'll put her in a little bit better mindset. And then, you know, defensively, I think they're going to need to crash earlier. They've had a couple opportunities where they've used their speed and got ahead of them, so they might need to play a little bit underneath. I know LO likes to use their speed as well, really swarm in the ride, but they're getting beat a couple times over the top now, and those 3-4 goals in transition, if you take those away, they're right back in this thing. I think they're doing a little bit better job when Grant's having to calm it down, slow it down. So if they're able to, you know, slow them down in the ride, I think Lake Oswego has their best chance of getting back into this game.
Absolutely. I think it's really important in women's lacrosse to be able to get goal side in that transition to try to slow down that fast break. Fastest game on 2 feet. We'll see what Lake Oswego pulls out at the end of this timeout.
Yeah, and Ella's been here every time, all the time, so, you know, I know they know mentally how to do this. They have a great group of seniors. Parker Lem, we've mentioned. Millie Prager, we've mentioned. Barrett Doan, we've mentioned. Olivia Jordan on defense has come up with some great ground balls. Rubenstein as well. So a number of seniors here. Even Murr had that great check. Know what to do, know how to do it. Turley is another one. So
Draw goes down to 50, number 1. Lila Turley trying to recover it before it goes out of bounds. She's able to, but steps on the line. Grant right there with that double team.
That hurts. You almost just want to let it go out and get the AP at that point.
It would have been their AP too. That's unfortunate. Kate Nebraska with a quick pass inside to number 9, Olive Aguier. Great catch and finish there. Good feed.
You know, kind of similar to what I talked about earlier, where there's someone wide open low, and it's that lowest person that keeps scoring for Grant. Take nothing away from Grant. They're passing the ball super well tonight. They're finding their teammates. They're sharing the ball. But if LO wants to sneak back into this thing, they're going to have to do a better job of that transition defense.
Lakers 5.
In high school girls lacrosse, you only get 2 timeouts, so unfortunately Lake Oswego has used them. They're going to have to solve it on the field.
Yeah, or just get out of this quarter. You know, 2:32, 2:39 left.
Great check there by number 10, Millie Prager. Looks like
that's
number
Parker
Lem, number 7.
Yeah, she's had a great game, great hustle player. So if they can get a goal or 2 here, get themselves back in this quarter.
Millie Prager driving from up top.
Prager had that nice lefty roll earlier.
Barrett Doan looking to drive. Kicks it out to Parker Lem. Parker Lem trying to drive and redrive here, able to get inside and draws the flag, but doesn't matter, she's able to finish.
Yeah, I think she did a nice job with her stick work there, keeping it in tight, pulling it, and then again she shot across her body, back from where the goalie was, well placed. And I think Parker has just really taken this game on her back at this point. She's the one that came up with that 50-50 ball off the draw. She drove in, so great job for her. You know, again, senior leadership, that's what you want out of these big games.
Very dynamic attacker, almost impossible to save when you're shooting right on top of the goal circle there. Great finish by Parker Lem. Number 2, Isla Hoffett, and number 10, Millie Prager with the draw again. Looks like we have an illegal draw by Lake Oswego. Goes to Grant. Grant transitioning.
Yeah, and just under 2 minutes here in the quarter. LO needs to make a stop here. Either save or good double, get the ball back, something defensively, give them a little juice play going into the quarter. Give their defense a little boost.
Milo Zadowski up top. Out to number 9, Olive Aguirre. Down to number 15, Anna Sherlag. Moves it across to number 8, Marina Strike. Out to number 12, Vivian Collins. Grant happy to just move the ball. Wait for a good opportunity.
Push called on the shot.
Quick pass inside to number 5, Kate Randapraska. That foul did affect the shot, therefore she will get her 8-meter on the second inside hash.
As a goalie, probably not the person you want to see running at you off the 8-meter line.
Nope. I think number 5 from Grant, Kate Randapraska, might be the fastest person on this field right now.
And that's saying something because LO is not short of fast players themselves.
Had a shoot tie behind the cage there. Officials are waiting for it. Fires it stick side high. Goalie didn't even have a chance.
Yeah, again, her explosiveness is so hard to read. OJ, aka Olivia Jordan, giving her goalie a little pat on the head. You know, not much you can do on that one. And she did a great job, I think. This is kind of an underrated skill, but she kind of dipped her shoulders a little bit and then shot high. And as a goalie, a lot of times you're reading body language, even though everyone tells you to watch the ball. And did a little dip there just to go back high. And I think that's a really understated skill. A lot of players are wanting to dodge. They love the dodge city. They love the dodge footwork, but not a lot of players are good at deception with their shoulders.
Really smart fake and finish there by Kate Randapraska. Current score, Grant 11, Lake Oswego 6. Grant trying to come up with the draw control, able to catch up. Number 5, Kate Randapraska. The drive, the pass, and the finish. What a feed by number 5, Kate Randapraska to senior number 15, Anna Sherlag.
Yeah, if you watch that play again, what you'll notice is every single player on Lake Oswego defensively. As soon as Kate got the ball and started driving into that 8, crashed on her, which again left another player wide open underneath. And so Kate's just being a good teammate right now, sharing the ball. She's drawing the players and dishing them off.
Lake Oswego 6.
What a finish and a feed inside by Grant. Current score 12-6. Lake Oswego really needs to figure out the draw here. Another draw control to number 5, Kate Ratner-Preska.
And you saw right off that draw,
Goalie with
2
a
players.
save.
You should have shot it wide, but 2 players congested, and that left open pass options for Kate. She's drawing so much attention from this LO defense.
Caused turnover by Grant, but unfortunately runs out of bounds, so 14, Olivia Jordan will be able to get that ball.
Yeah, just 10 seconds left on the
Horizontal
clock
stick
here, so unless they move the ball really quickly, I think the clock's just going to run out on this one.
Clock has expired. Exciting third quarter for Grant. Current score 12-6.
Yeah,
We have one more quarter left.
if you're Grant, you have to feel good about it right now. You're up 6 against, an institution in Oregon girls lacrosse. They've been in the state championship. They've won multiple state champions. And you were so close last year in the semifinals game, and so it's got to feel good for Coach McDevitt and her squad, her senior leadership, Strike, and Preska, excuse me. Has to feel good with them showing up, and then great team effort. I mean, they're just sharing the rock right now. I think their stick work is one of the reasons they're doing so well in this game. Their mix of stick work, speed, and team play. And that's kind of talking with Coach McDevitt what they wanted. They wanted positivity, they wanted teamwork, and they wanted to do the little things well. Well, I think they're out here doing that.
Absolutely. They'll have a final quarter to prove it to themselves that they belong in that state championship. Lake Oswego trying to crawl back from it. Curious to see how this fourth quarter ends up going.
Yeah, it's, LO's going to have to make some changes here. Kate is drawing so much attention that there's too many people open low in good shooting positions. They're going to have to make an adjustment, but how do you do that? You can't not slide to her, but you have to respect her as a driver, as a goal scorer, as a shooter. But you can't also leave any of these Grant players wide open on the doorstep. They're just too good. They're just catching and shooting right around the goalie right now. So absolutely. What are the options?
Well, defense, your goal as a coach is to try to take something away, but you're always going to give something up. So right now they're clearly trying to take Kate Ratner-Preska away from being able to score as many goals. She's only had, looks like 2 goals tonight, so clearly sharing the ball really well. 3 goals. But yeah, right now they're going to have to adjust and try to figure out maybe their 1v1 defense needs to be a little tighter and jamming those cutters down low, and maybe they leave someone low to be able to slow down that fast break. I don't know what the solution is for them yet. Hopefully they have talked it over and try to figure out a way to go on a run.
Well, 1 quarter to go, 12 minutes to decide who you want to be and how you want to end this thing. Lots of amazing seniors on this Lake Oswego team, so I'm sure they're going to go down swinging.
Absolutely. Current score 12-6. Groundhog Day again on the draw. We got number 10, Millie Prager for Lake Oswego, and number 2, Isla Hoffelt. Ball goes down to 50 for a quick draw control by number 1, Lila Turley.
Yeah, and Turley did exactly what I talked about in that first quarter. She started her movement after the draw was set and was able to just get a little edge on Kate. And I think that was really smart of her. Well played again. Good senior leadership.
Barrett Doan in a high-pressure defense situation.
Yeah, they're waiting for Prager to switch out that draw stick.
Prager trying to drive 1v1, but Lucy Capranos for Grant able to stop her 1v1.
Yeah, both these teams have such great athletes.
Quick feed inside to number 13, Barrett Doan. We had a held flag, but unfortunately she chose to take the shot.
Number 13, Barrett Doan.
Unfortunately, Lake Oswego with the chase to win it back. Lila Turley trying to drive from up top. Kicks it down to number 9, Olivia Schaefer. Moving out wide, over to number 5, Cece Coleman. Up top again to Millie Prager. Quick X cut and trying to draw the shooting space, and she does. Looks like the first inside hash for number 10, Millie Prager. She's a right-handed player. Might be looking for a feed here or potentially a power shot. Tries to drop. Unfortunately goes wide, but Lake Oswego number 30, Anna Materi there to back it up.
I think refs are just asking her to reset a little wider to where the shot went out of bounds instead of right where that ball was.
Moves the ball out to Millie Prager on the elbow.
You know, both teams have really tried to run some picks tonight, but neither team has really done the off-ball work to set those picks up. They've kind of been ineffective or sometimes illegal.
Feed inside to Lila Turley. Grant able to get a stick
Laker shot number 1, Lila Turley.
And when I'm talking about the off-ball work, I'm talking about setting up the picker. You got to go a little bit away, make your defender move. Right now they haven't really gotten anything out of the picks on either end.
Ball out to Cece Coleman.
So it's really just been dodge work up top, and that's kind of, you know, been a little bit one-noted.
Feed inside to Parker Lem. 3 Grant defenders surrounded her.
Again, officials calling it really tight. Consistent, but really tight on a lot of those inside.
Got called for an across the body there.
Great hash, though.
Top center hash for Lila Turley. Shot and a finish. Off stick hit.
Laker goal.
And Turley using her speed there, just running straight at the goalie.
Turley.
And placing it off stick side.
That's Lila Turley's first goal for the night.
12, Lakers 7.
Current score 12 to Grant to Lake Oswego 7.
LO really needs a draw control here. A goal and then a draw always feels good, kind of like a double win in a sense.
Can they come back from this deficit, Sean?
Anything's possible.
Draw set up again. Number 10, Millie Prager. Number 2, Isla Hoffeld. Takes 7 seconds to score a goal, so we'll find out.
Good track there by Millie. Oh, but Kate coming
Cross
out of
turnover
nowhere.
by Kate Radnokraska. Quick pass, and it goes behind number 14, Mila Zowski. Turnover goes to Lake Oswego. Number 3, Gabby Moore with the ball.
Send a double there, so opportunity to swing the ball through the goalie.
Grant's ride is really effective here, but unfortunately 2 fouls got them out of it. Number 10, Millie Prager trying to transition. Great stick protection there with trailing defenders. Oh, what a pass inside, but unfortunately she stepped on the goal circle trying to snag it.
Yeah, Dylan just ran out of space.
No goal on that last shot.
Great feed and finish, great catch there. Unfortunately, ran out of real estate before. Even after finishing the shot, your feet are not allowed to touch the goal circle there.
Oh, that was a pretty big swing. Oh,
We have, looks like offsetting, cradling in the sphere, and a check through the sphere. So for those that are watching, your stick cannot go within a 7-inch bubble around your head, whether it's your own as an offender with the ball or as a defender. Your stick cannot go through that sphere. At the college game, it can go through it as long as it exits down and away, but at the high school game, to try to protect from getting hit, you cannot have your stick enter. So we called offsetting fouls for illegal cradling.
LO's just had some uncharacteristic drops tonight with their stick work. You know, some great ideas on the inside passes, but either, you know, really should be lefty up, but they're going righty and it just makes a weird angle or just a little bit off. Maybe too excited to get that goal, taking their eye off the ball a little bit early.
Number 5, Kate Radner-Preska, slowing it down. Grant probably looking to take some time off the clock here.
Yeah, the possession, no possession clock, but the clock in general is their friend. Time is their friend right now. Still have a substantial lead in the final quarter, and it looks like LO is aware of that as well as they apply some additional pressure.
Looks like they're sending a backer here to try to double team.
Problem is, who do you leave open on this? Oh, errant pass there.
It's going to be Lake Oswego ball. High risk, high reward.
Yeah, and neither of these teams have a huge bench. They don't go super deep, so, you know, how long can you sustain playing high pressure like that?
Looks like Lake Oswego did run out of bounds, but the referee is saying they got pushed. Therefore, it stays Lake Oswego ball. Quick transition pass to Evadine Muir. Looking on the far side. Lake Oswego opts to let Evadine run it.
A little bit of offsides there, but the high school level really doesn't matter that much.
Great save and ground ball pickup there by Grant. Transition pass over the 30 to number 14. We have a wide open cutter to number 12, but it looks like Grant opts to slow it down.
Yeah, not a terrible choice from the senior, excuse me, Sherlang.
We have a timeout called by Grant. That is their second timeout. But the officials want to talk it over to make sure that Grant had possession.
Yeah, I
before
think they're just discussing, making sure Grant had possession.
You can only call a timeout with play happening if you have possession of the
Interesting.
ball.
Overruled from the fourth official. Grant coaches understandably a little bit. I guess they said it looks like they're signaling that the pass was in motion
before the timeout
yeah,
was
before
called.
the timeout was called. So, unfortunately, I know why Coach McDevitt was probably calling that timeout, but LO's trying to get back in this game.
Lila Turley with a drive, draws the foul against number 5, Kate Radner-Preska. Looks like we are outside the 8 there, so we'll just clear the lane for shooting space instead of getting a full free position.
Still think they go hard here and see where that slide comes from.
Millie Prager trying to draw the shooting space. Grant able to slide, but unfortunately a foul is called for that cross the body. Top center hash given to number 10, Millie Prager. Dangerous hash for this player here. Power shot, high to low. Great save by Marley Hunter. That high to low save happening all day.
Shot on goal, number 10, Millie Prager.
I think Prager probably should have ran it in on that one.
Grant
They've had a lot of
save.
success
Timeout.
running in and then shooting around the goalkeeper, placing it back from where she came from, her off stick.
Game score.
Again, she was good early, low, and that's where Prager went. So I don't know if that was the best choice in a need goal situation, but Grant opting to take a timeout here, which I actually think plays a little bit well for LO. They get a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a chance to set up their ride. Grant has used their speed by debuting it and just not opting to pass it out. And again, time is their friend, so, you know, it's good to have a best friend named Time.
We'll see what happens. Current score is 12-7. It'd be a tough ask. It's not impossible to score 5 goals within 5 minutes, but it'll be a tough go with the solid 1v1 defense that Grant is showing.
Yeah, I think LO just needs to, you know, they got to go full steam ahead here, really be aggressive but disciplined in their ride. You know, they're good at swarming, but I think Grant has shown why they're the number 2 team in the state tonight with their stick work, with their speed, with their sharing the ball. How many goal scorers have we had for Grant tonight?
We've had 8 goal scorers for Grant.
Yeah, I mean, that shows a great team right there. But, you know, these Lake Oswego seniors are not going to go away easy. They've put in the work. They've played together for so long. They've been playing. They have a lot of speed with, you know, all these amazing athletes tonight. So not going to just go away. Going to fight till the last whistle.
Absolutely. Really clean game happening tonight. We've had 0 yellow cards. Not that I want to speak it into existence, but
If you give the broadcasters curse, Britt, I don't know if
they'll ask you back
yeah,
next
you'll
year.
invite yourself back next year as president of high school for OGLA. You're gonna have to delete your own email.
Grant with the ball at the dot there. It's going to be Kate Ratner-Prescott trying to move it up the field.
Yeah, and again, no real hurry for Grant. Although, I don't know if Kate knows how not to hurry.
Explosive speed outruns 4 defenders for Lake Oswego, but number 1, Lila Turley, not going down without a fight, recovers to slow her down.
That might have been a Lem on that.
Was it number 7?
Yeah. 7 looks like the one.
Great hustle.
My young eyes are keeping you awake here. And there they go with that, sending the double, using Ebadi's. Murr. Great defender.
Great defender, great speed there to be able to keep that high pressure. Lake Oswego really trying to get the ball back with their time running low.
But she's the only one that seems to double, and they're not shutting off the adjacent pass. Oh, now OJ's
Almost ran
coming
out of
over.
bounds.
She's kind of directing traffic. I think they got to shut off that easy pass.
Looks like they're dropping into a backer high pressure.
Yeah, see, the adjacent is what they got to shut off, which is that next early easy pass. Hard to do. They're going to leave someone open. They could also pull the goalie. You know, it's always an option when you really need the ball back, is to pull the goalie. Just say, if you're going to score, you're going to score. But Grant's been so good off the draw today.
It's almost like fouling in basketball. You try to stop that play, stop the clock. So
I think this is where people would like to see a possession clock at.
oh, great pass inside. Grant decides to keep that possession though.
Yeah, because at the collegiate level, you got 90 seconds, so it does give a little sense of urgency. That starts as soon as the ball's cleared, so you know you can't hold on to it forever like you can here.
You can tell Lake Oswego's starting to get a little bit tired. Their contact getting a little bit more.
Yeah, and this
aggressive.
is where it's not terrible. Like, if you're 1 at the top there, Turley, you could have just ran over and maybe let one of your attackers kind of, who's been resting, who's been just standing, become that new chaser. It's hard to play this type of high-pressure defense for 5-6 minutes.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Lake Oswego running out of time.
And this is when that possession clock could make such a difference, because they've already would have had to shoot twice. Applying the pressure, but again, the adjacent, it's just so easy. I mean, Grant's stick work has been not perfect, but definitely pretty seamless tonight.
Got an across the body call there. Outside of the CSA, so they can just keep moving it around. Kate Ratner-Prescott with the dodge against 2 defenders, decides to take it. High to low shot, number 5, Kate Ratner-Prescott with a goal.
And I wasn't sure if the coaches were going to like that, but both of them, we had a raise the roof from Coach McDevitt and, you know, a double clap from her assistant there, so
Game score,
they approve.
13, Lake Oswego 7.
Current score 13-7, Grant over Lake Oswego. That is Kate Ratner-Prescott's 4th goal. Lake Oswego probably grateful for the clock to stop. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left.
Yeah, goalie, senior goalie there.
Lucy Weishottle.
Yeah, probably feeling the pressure. I mean, Grant's had really great opportunities tonight. You know, it's hard, again, as a goalie, you put it all on yourself, but you got to get through 7 other players first. Great win for LO there with Prager. Again, senior leadership showing up. She's going hard to cage right now. Got Doan open.
Oh, and a knockdown by number 1, Lucy Capranos. Kate Ratner-Prescott with the ground ball. Great cross turnover by Grant.
Just a minute 45 to go.
Foul in the midfield there, but Grant able to get it over safely.
Yeah, Britt can really just play pass right now. Under a minute and a half to go. Just need to swing the ball. They don't need to do anything pretty. They don't need to do anything cute. They just need to pass the ball.
Keep possession. Foul called by number 7, Parker Lem.
Just play catch. It's a good quick movement there. Well, Britt, it looks like, is going to have a chance at the state championship.
Is this the first time in history for Britt to get a state championship?
Well, as the vice president of Oregon, I'm going to ask you that. I'm just a college coach from Southern California, Coach Britt.
I think it might be. I think we're potentially going to have history here in about 40 seconds.
So the Grant fans are feeling it now. They are on their hands and feet. They are clapping with their hands and they are on their feet. Excuse me.
We have an offsides by Grant. They stepped over that line. For those watching, offsides is called if you have more than 7 players on the attacking end. If there's a yellow card, then you play a player down over there, but yeah, you have to keep 4 back over the line.
20 seconds left. Time's just ticking off now. Again,
Grant with 4
standing O from the Grant fans.
10 seconds left.
Both teams should be proud of how tough they played.
Anna Materi with the ball and a drive, trying to get to Cage. A shot and a finish.
Materi with the goal there to end the game and the end of the season.
Oswego didn't go down without a fight. Last second goal there. Final score, Grant 13, Lake Oswego 8.
It was going to be a close one, I think. I think Grant just had a better day overall. I think their stick work was a little bit tighter. I think they were a little bit more gritty on the circle, but don't take anything from LO. A lot of these girls are going to go on and play at the college level. If they've given it a great 4 years, making it to the state finals, 3 out of the 4.
We got game number
and some,
2 coming up shortly.
some players coming up in their program as well. I'm sure they'll be back. I'm sure they'll be calling their name again.
Heartbreaking loss for Lake Oswego, but a solid performance from Grant. We will see them in the state championship this Thursday.
We've got hot dogs.
Don't go too far, fans. Up next for our second semifinal game of the night, we will have number 1 Jesuit versus number 5
give a great
ODS.
congratulations to Grant and Lake Oswego for a fantastic
Chat about that as we get closer.
Yeah, we're going to take a break,
Congratulations.
but we hope you'll join us back. I'm Coach Sean Hansen.
I'm Coach Britt Hartmann. We'll catch you back at 8 o'clock.
Moving on to the next one.